Hey guys, how's it going? Jovan, Hutton, Pulitzer here. Just saying, hey, checking in today, just to kind of give you the latest updates of going on and stuff. And there's a lot of things going on in the news where people are talking about, the electoral issues going on, everything being certified. Hey, Danny, how you doing? And the world is kind of on pins and needles at the moment. So I just kind of wanted to give you an update so you understand what's going on at the moment. And I want to position something for you so you understand what you really need to be thinking about and how this will touch you. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Pop up on the screen. I'll do a shout out. But I want to let you know that, hey, Paul, how's it going, brother? Jeremy, how are you doing? I want to let you know that this is about, it's now not about the president so much. And here's how I mean it. That has nothing to do with the election or election results. I'm talking about something different at the moment. This is now more about the American way of life. Hey, Philip, how's it going? Thank you for joining me. Becky, how's it going? Thank you from Becky from Ohio. I just want you to know, hey, Chris, how's it going? I just want you to know that what we're dealing with right now is the requirement for, Gina, hey, for voter verification. Understand what voter verification means. It's a little bit different than voter fraud because now we're in voter verification mode. Hey, Stuart. Hey, Ann. Hey, Christina. How's it going? Jesse, how's it going? Brian, living free in Montana. Love Montana, brother. So here's how I want to put it to you. And I ask you, if you would, will you share this? And I think it's important to share with your friends and your family while everybody's trying to make sense of this, so you understand how to put this in context for those in your family or your neighbors who are still your friends but may have different political views than you. And so what is at stake at the moment is what's called voter verification, meaning just the ability to verify the votes were actually real votes. That's it, right? That's different than fraud, because sometimes it's hard to convince people that fraud's going on, right? It's just voter verification. That's it. Vote verification. That's it. Vote verification. Just understand that. And so, as I say, vote verification, I want to explain to you what this means. So I'm going to kind of go peel back this onion a little bit, play it in exaggerated terms back to you, but this might be the way that you can find common ground. Hey, Maria, you can find common ground. Kara, how's it going? Karen, sorry. You can find common ground with those in your family or neighbors that are on the upper side that's bringing the great divide in families and everything. So here we go. And I'll just use a few exaggerated examples. In New York, several years ago, whatever, I think it was Bloomberg, basically did a law outlawing the big convenience store drink, right? You kind of remember that in the news, right? And it didn't really make any difference because you could go get this and get a refill and still get to the same place, but they decided that much sugar is bad for you. Okay, now let me just kind of do the layover. Hey, Pinky Sue, Susan Robbins, son, how's it going from Kansas, right, Susan? Now let me lay it over for you. Let's say you're right, Sharon. Big gulp. I had a loss for a moment. I had a big gulp, right? And so let's say that if you don't have voter verification and one party, any party. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? My dad's doing great. Thanks for asking. And that party all the way down ticket and all the way down to local level, education level, your educators, your school boards, and everything else. And if any one party was successfully changed the system where everything down ticket was done, means you're subject to that party. And so let's say that party decided no more big gulps. Let's say they would water, no more sugary drinks, right? Which is fine. It's good for all of us. I can understand why people say that. But they wrote it into a law, right? They wrote it into a law where, boy, Randall, you look like you got your face smashed in there. Do you take a face plant riding your bike? Out. And they put it in law and they lay it out across the nation. And all of a sudden, no more sugary drinks, regardless, because that's what we think's right for you. Okay? Thank you for your service. That's what's at stake. Something that simple, that other forces can make decisions for you in your life and do that. Let's go to another one. What if in that type of system where we didn't have verified votes and there were bad actors and one party got into power and there were no checks and balances with it, and they decided we don't like war and therefore we are going to eliminate the army. We don't like guns. We are going to eliminate guns. Now, you can be a minority, and I hate that word, right? We're Americans, period, regardless of color or orientation. But you can be a minority and like guns, minority and love the military, an alpha letter, BTQR, 2R, BR, QR, XR, androgynous, whatever it's called, you know, all the different labels we have out there, and still love to shoot guns and or support our army. But what happens is stuff like that happen in a blanket statement, and it's just law. That's what we're dealing with, right? That's what we're dealing with. Because what you're seeing truly the beginnings of when something this big is contested, not little bitty skirmishes, but really big, and X number of, 80 million over here going, oh my God, it was stolen, and 80 million over here go, oh my God, it was stolen. We're still going to have, regardless of what's going to happen, there's going to be screaming. I want you to understand this. What's really to focus on is, does your vote mean anything anymore? And if it doesn't mean anything anymore, thank you, Jesse, an American with Mexican heritage. Amen, brother. Absolutely. You are an American. I hate hyphens. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's marginalizing. And the group that says, we're for you to raise you up, they marginalize a little bitty group so they can control you. You're not. You're right. You are an American, brother. And thank you. And you happen to have Mexican heritage. That's the way it should be. We're Americans first. But I think you can talk to, if you saw my discussion last night with Daisy Cardino, who's one of my ardent fans, love her to death. She's a trans female and quite often calls me out for being a conservative. But as I explained to Daisy, even on the broadcast, I said, there's laws now saying if you beat up a trans person, it's a hate crime. But if that was laid over the land, let's just say, but all of a sudden the land doesn't apply the law because somebody doesn't like it or not going to follow rule of law. Don't you understand how you're affected? And that's what this is about, is rule of law. What if they come out and say, it is no more Christianity? Let's just say they say no more church. And they just make it law. Because one party's in with one view and they want it one way. And if you disagree with them, screw you. Well, actually, when they wipe away the church and there's no religion, it's just the people, that's communism, right? Communism's a religion. There is no God, it's the people share. And so I just want you to understand, when you're having discussions with your brothers and your sisters and your children and your neighbors and your loved ones and your church members and your buddies, right? Just talk about how the laws would affect them in their life. Talk about how the laws will help them in their life. And then lastly, remember one thing. People by the millions try to break into our country because they're fleeing that exact type of oppression to come here and be free and to have all those rights and privileges. But yet there's a movement to take away all those rights and privileges and make our country exactly like the countries they fled from. That's what's at stake. It's no longer about, as people say, Mr. Tito and Mr. Orange guy. It's not about that. That's trivial. That's very narrow-minded, and that's horrible. It is about big things. So I just wanted to give you a few talking points. I appreciate you tuning in with me. I just wanted to give you a few talking points that you should consider with your friends, family, and loved ones to be able to explain to them why this now matters. It's not a Donald Trump or Biden thing anymore. It's much bigger. And with that, I want to go back in time, just back in time for a few minutes. I'm going to click a video to play, and I'm going to go back in time to something from 2017. It was prophetic then, and it is certainly prophetic now. When I sit here dealing with attorneys and investigators or legislators and all this other stuff, and I just get my ass kicked, and I feel like, oh my God, another judge that just won't rule on laws, and all this stuff goes on. There's one thing I do to get my head straight and back in the game. And I want to share with you what I do, because this can help you, again, not only get your head straight and back in the game, but just remember what is at stake truly. Check this out.
Years from now, some of them may look back and ask themselves whether they've made the right choice, whether they've made the most of the opportunities they've been given. Together, we have the same mission. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. Nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. And the more righteous your fight, the more opposition that you will face. In your hearts are inscribed the values of service, sacrifice, and devotion. Now you must go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land of dreams because America is a nation of true believers. When the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth, they prayed. When the founders wrote the Declaration of Independence, they invoked our Creator 4 times. Because in America, we don't worship government, we worship God. It is why our currency proudly declares, "In God we trust." And it's why we proudly proclaim that we are one nation under God. The story of America is the story of an adventure that began with deep faith, big dreams, and humble beginnings. The next generation of American leaders never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit. Never quit. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Carry yourself with dignity and pride. Demand the best from yourself. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself. America is better when people put their faith into action. Pray to God and follow His teachings. Today, each of you begins a new chapter as well. When your story goes from here, it will be defined by your vision, your perseverance, and your grit. You will build a future where we have the courage to chase our dreams no matter what the cynics and the doubters have to say. You will have the confidence to speak the hopes in your hearts and to express the love that stirs your souls. As long as you have pride in your beliefs, courage in your convictions, and faith in God, then you will not fail. As long as America remains true to its values, loyal to its citizens, and devoted to its Creator, then our best days are yet to come. May God bless the class of 2017. May God bless the United States of America. And I just want to let you know that God blesses you. And I want to just say, you are special in every way. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I just want to, that is, as I fight this battle and deal with this battle every day, that is what gets my head straight, because that's who the man really is. That's a man I have no hesitation taking a bullet for. That's the man the media doesn't show, and that's the man as he really is, how he really talks, how he really thinks, and how he really acts. And that's what keeps my head in the game when this looks lost, because you're fighting billions of dollars of bad media against it. And I just wanted to share that with you and say that, you know, when you're feeling this and you're feeling bad, right? This is it. Just replay that. And I can tell you, I just had one call with the White House, another call with the team, and I'm just telling you, get ready. It's going to come out like a fire hose, and just stay the course, never give up. Everything happens for a reason. There is a divine plan. Please, 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 my friend, share this video. I love you all. Take care. Try to use those discussion points to talk with your friends on the other side of the aisle. Understand this is just vote verification. It's that simple, because without vote verification, we lose our country. I love you all. I love you all. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.